So today let's run through a 4-move leg workout. And let's also rewire how we think about resistance for the situation that a lot of us are dealing with. So here's the thing about resistance, and you know this deep down. It doesn't always have to be dumbbells or kettlebells. When I was 13, before I had access to weights, I used to fill up empty gallon jugs of water, and that's what I would curl and shoulder press. And if you can't get to weights right now, let's use a similar formula. Find a sturdy box, fill it with some bottles of water, and tape it shut. Now this may not be as heavy as your go-to pair of dumbbells, but if we ramp up the volume and focus on our form, it can provide a challenge. That's what we're going for right now. Let's get into it. So we're going to start this workout off with 4 sets of lateral step to squat work. And here's how you're doing this. If you have 2 kettlebells, you're going to start in that front rack position, and you'll start with 6 reps with that lead foot driving. So you step with that lead foot, then that trail foot lands. As soon as that trail foot lands, you go into your squat rep. After you hit your 6 reps there, you're lateral stepping back the other way for 6 reps. Except now your trail foot is going to drive. So you're going to take that step in close, then step forward with that lead foot. As soon as that lead foot lands, do your squat rep. So that lateral step has a couple things. First off, we get to be in motion, which is what we want to do throughout this workout. And secondly, we're going to train a little bit of coordination because we're going right from that step into the squat. And all that lateral energy challenges your front rack too. If you don't have kettlebells, front rack a case of water. And remember to make this a good front rack. So that's elbows tight, forearms fully perpendicular to the ground. No matter what you're using, you're doing 4 sets and we're doing 6 reps one way, 6 reps back. Next up, let's do 4 sets of deadlift work. And if you have kettlebells or dumbbells, you're going to do what I'm doing now. We're going 3-step carry to staggered stance RDL. And you're going to do 4 clusters of reps per set. So the way this one works, you're going to start by taking 1, 2, 3 steps. And wherever that 3rd step foot lands, you want to think about it a little bit because you're going to set yourself there. And from that position, you're going to do 3 Romanian deadlifts. We've been here before. So you're thinking 3 seconds down, really push your butt back, take your time, core tight, lower to the bottom, hold for 1 second, own it, and then stand up and squeeze your glutes as you do this. Work to load this up with weight here, especially if you're training at home. And take your time on these reps and own the negative. If you don't have weights, we're going right back to that case of water. And here you're going to work standard Romanian deadlifts. We're going to do 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Now we're massively limited on load here, so focus hard on technique. Make every RDL rep perfect. 4 sets. So we've done some squat work and some hinge work. Now let's get unilateral. We're going to do 4 sets of walking pendulum squat lunges. And we're going 6 to 8 clusters of reps per side. Here's your game plan on these. You're going to start in that reverse lunge, come right out of that reverse lunge, land in a squat. After you do that squat, step out of that into a forward lunge. Your aim here is to be fluid. As you're stepping out of that reverse lunge, you're thinking about landing right into that squat. As you come out of the squat, you're thinking about driving forward right into that forward lunge. Take your time at first and then gradually pick up the pace on these. If you don't have weights, we're right back on that gallon of water, but instead of going to a front rack, we're going to go to an offset load principle here. And now the challenge changes slightly. With the kettlebells, I primarily fight the weight. Here, I'm battling balance and battling to keep my hips and shoulders square. If you're using this method, you're doing 4 sets and you're switching the offset load side every set. We're going to get lateral and rotational with our last move. We're going to go 3 sets per side of rotational pause Cossacks to pause lunges. And we're going to do 4 to 6 clusters of reps per set. This one challenges you in multiple ways because you've got to step into that rotational Cossack squat and you've got to hold down there, which is going to challenge both core strength and leg flexibility. After that pause, you've got to somehow explode out of the hole, which is going to be a lot of back leg glute power, and then control all that energy with core and hips so that you can land in that good forward lunge. You've got to hold there too. If you don't have kettlebells, grab your case of water and bear hug it across your chest, holding it tight and high. In terms of core responsibility, this is very similar to what I'm going to get from a gala hold. Either way, you're doing 3 sets, 4 to 6 sets of reps per side on each set. That's your workout no matter what you're using, go crush it.